I'm Annette Denk. I've been in real estate for over 3 decades now, and I'm going to start with a very simple idea. In our industry, there's always been waves. Some agents ride them, some agents watch them, and some agents don't even realize a wave just went right past them until the landscape has completely shifted. Now, EXP has been changing this industry for years. It's a proven global powerhouse. But right now, a second, even more significant wave is forming. The first wave was about the idea of a cloud brokerage. The second wave is about a global scale, sophisticated technology, and true equity. The model has matured, and the opportunity has shifted from will it work to how far can it take you? You don't just jump on it today, but I do not want you to miss the momentum of this second wave because you never took a proper look at how the model actually evolved. EXP in the last 2 years changed so tremendously. So many new things for us agents. So for the next little while, I'm going to ask you for one thing only. Don't decide anything. Just stay here and just stay curious. I'm not asking you to leave your brokerage today or try to convince you about anything. All I'm asking is this: can you give yourself permission to stay curious without a commitment? Think of this as a decision like an architectural blueprint. We aren't breaking ground today. We aren't even picking out finishes. We're just looking at the site plan to see what's possible on this land. You aren't moving out of your current home today. We're just looking at the horizon to see what you could build for your future in 5 or 10 years from now. Sounds fair? So a little bit about background about myself. I started real estate over 30 years ago in West Vancouver in a luxury market. Big houses, big personality, lots of pressure. It was an incredible training ground. I have been several major companies in my career. Later, I moved to the Okanagan and brought that luxury experience with me, Lake Country, Kelowna, and in Vernon, and built a business here. And since 2019, I've been with EXP. I've been a top producer, top 1% in Canada, a two-time icon agent, and our team was in the top 30 teams in Canada. Before that, I was with Remax number 3 and also opened and managed the Sotheby office. I say that not to brag, but to understand I was not looking for that next shiny thing. I already had a great and very good business. On top of that, I'm a certified international business coach. I coach agents in business globally. My passion is helping people build not just production, but freedom. And I'm also a mom and a grandma and very proud of my German background. I'm detailed oriented. I'm wired for efficiency. I'm always looking for ways to simplify and streamline, and I care deeply about doing business with integrity. So when I tell you this model changed my life for the better and the way I look at my own future and the future of agents I care about, I don't say it lightly. Let's talk honestly for a moment about our business. If you've been in real estate more than a few years, you probably recognize the pattern. 1 month you feel like a hero because you're so busy, you're closing deals. The next month you're quietly panicking and concerned. 3 deals in pending, but only 1 actually closing. Totally on and then totally exhausted and off. You wake up one day and you realize you don't actually own a business. You own a very demanding, very unpredictable job. A lot of you are extremely good at that job. You're top producers, you're team leaders. People look at you and think you've made it, but inside you know the truth. If you stop working, everything stops, no matter how high your commissions are. That's not freedom. It looks good from the outside, but you're still stuck in the same loop. And that's really where this whole conversation starts. For years, I did exactly what most of you are doing. I worked hard, I built a brand, I mentored people, I loved my clients, and I told myself, this is just how the business is. Then one day I really looked at the models. Traditional brokerages, whether franchise or independent, are built on the same basic idea. The money flows to the top. You sell houses, they take a cut. You get a plaque, maybe a trophy. At the end of the day, the owners build the real estate asset and make the profits. There's nothing evil about that. It's just the truth. Then I saw a different model. Agents own a piece of the company that helped grow. Agents can earn stock, not just commission. Agents can share in the revenue when they help build the company. Agents are supported by global cloud-based infrastructure instead of expensive offices and buildings. That made me stop. Not because I wanted another logo on my business card, but because for the first time I could see a path where my experience, my leadership, and my relationships counted for more than just the next deal. That's when I said, okay, at least I owe it to myself to look closer. I was a single mom with 2 children for most of my career, and extra income would have been fabulous. Does EXP actually help you sell more real estate? Because if the answer is no, the rest doesn't matter. At EXP, it's a big yes. Here's what I discovered. There is live training every weekday, multiple hours per day. Not fluffy motivational talks. Real tactical training from agents who are actively producing. Top producers worldwide share their best systems through incredible masterminds. We have great lead generating systems implemented, and our tech tools are always a step ahead. There's strong support, compliance, and leadership when you need a broker. You jump into our virtual environment or go to our hub where we're connected with every EXP agent worldwide, as well as staff on your mobile. And there is help in minutes. The broker response is often under 5 minutes. It's amazing. For luxury, there's an entire EXP luxury division with global marketing exposure, high-end syndication, and branding support. We have free Canva, multiple website choices, and too many systems to mention right now. We have our own radio station. What I personally noticed was this. I was no longer limited to the 4 walls of a physical office. If I wanted to learn what a top agent in Toronto or Los Angeles is doing, I could. If I wanted to mastermind with a group of agents selling at the level I wanted to operate, I could. If I wanted to bring my German side into play and work cross-border, the platform was already built. One of the biggest fears agents have is, and what I've heard in the past, I've worked hard to build my brand. If I join a big company, do I become just another face on the wall? I was not willing to lose my brand, and I didn't. At EXP, your brand comes first. Your team name, your personal brand, your colors, your style. Then in the required format, you simply have an EXP logo or powered by EXP. So practically speaking, you keep your identity. You keep your sign presence. You keep your look and feel. You simply plug that brand into a much bigger, stronger engine. A world-class billion-dollar company that helps you make more income. For me, that was a big deal. I didn't want to become anonymous. I wanted my brand supported by a multi-billion-dollar platform. Let's talk about culture. Every brokerage says we have great culture. The question is, how is it built? And who benefits when you grow? At EXP, the people who pour into you, the ones who coach you and share systems, are often the same people who share in the upside if you succeed. That changes everything. At a traditional brokerage, your friends might be nice, but whether you sell 10 homes or 40, it doesn't usually change their life. At EXP, if you double your production, it can change your life through stock and revenue share. And it also impacts the mentors around you. They are generally motivated to help you grow. The energy is solution-oriented and surprisingly low on drama. EXP makes real estate really fun on a global level. Another big misconception. EXP is cloud-based, so I guess I'll be lonely at home in my pajamas forever. Let's clear that up. EXP as a company is virtual to keep overhead low and pass value back to us agents. But you as an agent still can. Rent beautiful shared office space locally, partner with other professionals and share offices, work from home office and invest those savings into better marketing. Personally, I'm in people's homes, in my car, in coffee shops, at client dinners. I don't need to stare at a wall of cubicles to feel professional. I need infrastructure that works, support that's fast, and the freedom to use my time wisely. That's what the cloud solves. Now we get into what makes this model different. Let's talk about ownership. At most brokers, you get a split and maybe a nice award. You pay rent, but at EXP, you are part of owning the whole building. But you don't usually get equity with other ones. And at EXP, you get equity. Your first completed transaction each year, you get stocks. Hitting your cap, you get stocks. Hitting icon status, you get stocks. Referring other productive agents, you get stocks. I want you to imagine something. Take the last 10 years of your production. How many deals did you do? Now imagine if even a small slice of that effort had been rewarded with stock in a global multi-billion-dollar company. What would that be worth today? For many agents here, it's not hypothetical. They have significant stock positions they never would have had under the old model. Even an extra 50,000 to 100,000 stocks can be life-changing. Pay off debt, help kids, or invest in your future. To me, that is real. Then we have revenue share. When you refer an agent to EXP and they close the transactions, the company shares a portion of its revenue with you. It doesn't come out of the agent's pocket. It comes from the company's side of the split. It's a monthly thank you check for helping build the company. Let's be honest, real estate is not a steady paycheck. Even a monthly 2,000 to 5,000 in revenue share can cover your car, your house payments, and your marketing budget. It gives you breathing room. You already recommend brokerages. You're already mentoring people under traditional model. That's just nice of you. Under this model, the company values the contribution financially. You decide how far you want to take that for yourself. Who is this really for? In my view, it's especially powerful for agents 2 years and plus, for new agents, top producers tired of starting at zero at every January, team leaders who care all the way to liability, and other brokerages. The question now is not, can you survive? The question is, can you design the next chapter in a smarter way? EXP is not about starting over. It's about finally getting properly rewarded for everything you're already doing. If you're an independent broker or run a team, think about liability. When you're the broker of record, every mistake rolls up at your desk. You're responsible for everything. When an independent broker partners with EXP, you keep your brand, your name. EXP becomes broker of record in the background. EXP handles the legal background, compliances, and tech. This means less time in the courtrooms and more time in high-value activities. Leadership and strategy. I've watched leaders and partners with us and say, I wish I had done it 5 years earlier. Most agents think in terms of their city. EXP is multiple countries and continues to expand. That creates a different world for referrals and collaboration. You might be in Kelowna, Vancouver, or in Paris, or in Hamburg, or who knows where. Why does that matter? Because people know people. Models that scale across borders create opportunity you can't predict today. Income that doesn't depend only on your local market is powerful. We're in 29 countries and growing. EXP is all about recruiting, I often hear. No, it's about building a company where production and leadership are both rewarded. Attracting is optional. I also hear I'm loyal to my broker. Great. Be loyal to people, but also be loyal to your future self and your family where you can create more income and be more successful. I bet your brokerage would want to go where you make more money. I don't want you to start all over, I often hear as well. Well, you aren't. Your skills and reputations comes with you. Only the sign changes. People go with you because of you, not because of your brokerage. I started this by talking about waves. Real estate has always been like that. Back then, if I had followed the noise of others instead of my own instincts, I would have stayed in the same place. Stable, yes, but without real growth. Staying curious, and especially as the model has matured into the second wave, changed the entire trajectory of my life. I'm happy to share my personal success with you since I have been with EXP. I'm passionate about this company because it benefited me so much. But as an international business coach and someone who loves the data, I want to offer you something more concrete than just a vision. So we've looked at the site plan and we've seen the potential. Now I'd love to help you see the actual numbers. If you're even a little bit curious about your own math of freedom looks like, let's connect. I can run a confidential cost analysis for you, comparing your current brokerage side by side with the XP model. We'll look at the splits, the overhead, and how the equity and EX income could change your financial scenario over the next 5 to 10 years tremendously. But before I go, I want to leave you with one question to think about. If you keep doing exactly what you're doing today for the next 5 years, will you be any closer to your financial freedom that you had hoped for? If the answer is, I'm not sure, then we should definitely talk. Call me, text me, or email me directly. No pressure, no sales pitch, just a high-level business conversation between peers. I'm Annette Denk. Thank you for listening, and I look forward to helping you build what's next.